Hey, it's Mr. Peterson. We're going to continue on with the day one dissection. So, this is the ventral part of the pig. This is the dorsal part of the pig. We're going to spend some time making an incision on both sides of the jaw. And then we're eventually going to start exploring the digestive system. So that's the first thing we're going to be messing around with. So today you're going to need your scalpel. You're going to need your forceps, probably your scissors, and for sure your blunt probe. And remember, at the end of the hour, we want to make sure that those guys are clean and dry. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make an incision through each corner of the pig's mouth. So here's the pig's mouth. Put this guy in the middle here a little bit. And we're going to make a 3 centimeter incision. That's about as long as this knuckle, so it's a little bit more than an inch. So I'm going to start. I want you to think about your scalpel. We're not butchers here, so we're going to go gently through this pig, and I'm going to make sure that I don't go too deep. And so I'm going to hold my scalpel like this as I make this incision. And I'm going to take this incision, and I'm just going to continue it the length of where the jaw would be. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to make my incision. I'm just going to deepen it a little bit at a time. Okay, so I'm cutting. Now you can see I've cut through the skin of the pig. Okay, I'll do the same on the other side. So about an inch or so. We'll probably make this a little bit longer, but eventually we'll just, or to begin with, we'll just cut it like that. Okay, so I made the incision there. Now this is gonna be kind of hard. Eventually I want to get this jaw open. So the only way we're gonna do that is if you take your scissors, blunt side in, and we're going to cut through the muscle, and eventually you're going to cut through the bone. So make sure that you have a good strong position. So I'm clipping, see what I did there? So that incision that I started with the scalpel, I'm going to continue with my scissors. Okay, so now I'm going to open up the jaw. Ooh, there's a little bit of green stuff there. We'll talk about this, but you actually swallow stuff when you're in your mom's uterus. Ooh, let's get that in the middle so you can see that. All right, so the structure's here. What is this? What are these ridges? What do you call that? That's the hard palate. And then if you go back there, you can feel those ridges in the top of your own mouth, right? And then in the back is where the soft palate is. So here's the tongue. So if you want to lift that up, you can look. Crazy muscle that the tongue is. There's some other gross stuff that's right there. Someone asked me, do they have teeth? Yeah, they're born with teeth. They're born with teeth. So this one has teeth. So here's the tongue. These are the papillae that you find around the outside of it. So we've got the hard palate, the soft palate, the tongue, and these papillae. Their job is to catch milk so that the little piggies can get all they want, right? So what we're going to do is we're looking for a structure that's pretty deep here. I'm going to continue. I'm putting a lot of force on this pig. Okay, here's the soft palate, and I'm looking for this structure right here. Okay. Now I've torn that quite a bit, but you're going to need to do that. Here's the epiglottis. So that's what keeps your stuff from going down the wrong tube. Okay. In this space, we call this the pharynx, and we have the nasal pharynx, which would be up under the soft palate, and then the oral pharynx, which would be right here. All right. So that's one of the first things you're going to have to do, is just do that. Okay. If we keep going down this direction, we're going to have the esophagus, right? So that's the tube that connects the stomach, right? The stomach to your mouth. So we're going to look for that structure. We're going to you can take your blunt probe and you can feel down through that tube. That's pretty easy to do. Okay, so that's the epiglottis. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a string. And I put a little loop around this. Once you add this string to your pig, you're going to do this for both You can close your mouth. I'm gonna wrap it around here. And we're going to tie that because this is going to help us with the dissection for day 2. Okay, I'll get another length of string, and I'm just going to keep this string attached the entire time. It's going to go in the bag with my pig. So I'm just tying some string here.